Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome student in Progressive Model School, Class 7, Subject Science, Chapter number 7. Today we will cover page number 68 to 71. This video is the part number 2 of the same lesson, Living World and its Surrounding. Today's lecture is about what is soil, how soil is formed, what are the factors that affect soil formation, what are soil profile, and what are the types of soil. Let's start our lesson with the definition of soil. Soil is the top layer of the earth where plants grow in it. It is formed over a long period of time. That is, it requires thousands of years to form a soil. Soil are dynamic in nature, that is, it changes over a time. Temperature and water content of the soil change very quickly, whereas mineral transformation in soil occurs slowly. Temperature, water, and minerals are the components that make the soil. Soil composition requires three ingredients or three things. That is the mineral that is present in the soil by nature, organic material that is the remains of dead plants and animals, and third one is the open space that is filled with water or air. You can see the composition of soil by volume in this figure. That is 45% of the whole volume is consist of minerals, and 5% of the whole volume of soil composition is consist of organic material, 20 to 30% of air, and 20 to 30% of water. The amount of water in soil is closely linked with the climate of the region. The amount of water in any type of soil can affect the amount of air trapped in the soil. For example, very wet soil like that of wetland contains very little air. That is, wet soil contains little air. Different plants grow in different type of soil. This depends on the composition of soil. The type of plant growing in a particular type of soil depends on the composition of soil. Thus, soil composition indirectly influences the animal's life living on it. Our second topic is soil formation. The formation of soil happens very long period of time. That is, it takes 1,000 years or more. Soil is formed from weathering of rocks and mineral. Weathering means the decomposition or breaking down of the rocks. And the surface of rocks break down into a smaller pieces by a process called weathering. And then they mix with the moss and organic matter to form a thin layer of soil. That is, the process of weathering requires breaking down of rocks, you can see in the picture, and the minerals that they mix with the moss and organic matter and make the thin layer of soil. Weathering includes two processes, that is the physical weathering and chemical weathering. Physical weathering. Physical weathering is the mechanical process. It includes the effects of physical factors, that is temperature, water, and wind, on the breaking down of solid rocks. It may be caused by frost wedging, temperature differences, growing roots of plant. Physical weathering occurs due to the natural factors, that is temperature, water and wind. These factors affect the rocks and break down into a smaller pieces, and these smaller pieces mix with the minerals and organic matter to form a thin layer of soil. Next is chemical weathering. Chemical weathering is the process in which the composition of rock changes through chemical process. The simplest chemical process is the dissolving of rock. This may be caused by acid rain. Acid rain is the mixture of acid or gases in the air that is mixed with the water. So this is called acid rain, and when this acid rain falls on the rock, it breaks down it into the simpler or smallest pieces. Our next topic is factor affecting soil formation. Which factor affect the soil formation? There are number of factors that affect soil formation. Number 1 is the climate, number 2 is the slope of land, and number 3 is the biological factors. Number 1 factor is the climate. Climate largely affect the soil formation. Climate have three main parts, that is the wind, rain and temperature that make the climate. These factors also affect the weathering of rocks. Wind displaces sand and other particles from one location to another. That is, wind carries small particles of sand from one place to another. You can see in the desert where there is no or little plants, the sand particles did not hold by the plant, so these are carried from the wind to another places. The amount of rainfall that influence the amount of different salt and minerals through the soil, and the seasonal and daily temperature fluctuation play a major role in breaking up of rocks. As we discussed in our previous topic, that the high temperature break up the rocks. The second factor is the slope of land. You can see in the picture the slope of land. Slope and the surface of land affect the moisture and the temperature of the soil. Steep slope have a thin layer of soil and less moisture, so as the rain and wind take away the soil down the slope, whereas on the soil remain intact in the plain land, leading to the formation of new soil layer. The second factor that affects the soil formation is the slope of land. Our next topic is soil profile. A vertical section showing in the figure shows the layers of soil is known as soil profile. If we dig down straight into the soil, we will see a number of horizontal layers. These layers are referred as horizons. You can see in the picture O horizon, A horizon, E horizon, B horizon, C horizon and R horizon. You can see in the picture the topmost layer, that is green in color or dark color. This layer is called O horizon or ground level, where plants grow and animals live on this layer. The second layer is the A horizon, contains humus, that is the remains of dead plant and animal. It is soft and porous. Many insects live in this layer that are benefit for the soil, and the small roots of plants grow in this layer of soil. A horizon is the E horizon. This layer is light in color and situated just below the A horizon. It is made up of sand and silt. The other layer is B horizon or the subsoil, that it contains clay mineral, that is iron, aluminium oxide and calcium carbonate. The other layer is C horizon, that is situated below the B horizon layer and consists of slightly broken pieces of rocks. Plant roots do not penetrate into this layer as very little organic material is found here. The last one is R horizon or bedrock. This layer mainly consists of parent rock. This layer undergoes weathering and starts forming soil. Our next topic is types of soil. There are three types of soil: sandy soil, loamy soil and clay soil. But before we starting the types of soil, we can see that soil is made up of three types of proportions, that is sand, silt or clay. Now we see the sandy soil. Sandy soil, you can look in the picture, it is grey or brown. It is found in the desert. More than 2/3% of sandy soil is sand and about 1/10% is clay. It has very low organic matter, so it holds less water, and it is suitable for fruit and vegetable cultivation. It is found near the mountains and desert areas. Next type of soil is loamy soil. You can see in the picture loamy soil. It is comprised of approximately 25 to 50% of sand and 30 to 50% of silt and 10 to 30% of clay. It is found in valleys and flat areas. It is a mixture of sand and clay. It is rich of air and water. Loamy soil are heavier than the sandy soil because of low organic matter. This soil is best suitable for cultivation. The third type of soil is clay soil. You can see the picture of clay soil. It has cracks and it is made up of extremely fine particles which stick together and hold a lot of water and air. Clay soil is comprised of 0 to 45% sand and 0 to 45% silt and 50 to 100% clay. This soil retains moisture and become very sticky when wet. Dry clay soil is hard and not suitable for cultivation. The last topic is absorption of water in soil. Ability of soil to hold water depends on two factors: the water absorption tendency and water retention tendency. Firstly, we see water absorption tendency. Water absorption tendency, the amount of water absorbed by a particular type of soil is called its water absorption tendency. Higher is the water absorption tendency? Higher is the number of the plant in the soil. Second one is water retention tendency. Firstly, we see the meaning of retention. Retention means absorbing and continuing to hold a substance. That is how it is absorb water and hold water. Water absorbing tendency and water retention tendency both are helpful for the plant to grow. Thank you for watching this video.